nothing's really changed politically since Event 1 to Event 2.
Well, since now.
Sure, right, but in smaller context. Hip-hop itself does seem like it's changed. What I found out is it almost seems like a lot of mainstream hip-hop is finally catching up to what you guys started around the first time. You look at the mega giants, and you have to invoke the names Jay-Z and Kanye. I mean, what they're doing sounds more indie than anything that's happened.
I feel that's because, for one, they rich, and nothing against Kanye, nothing against Jay-Z, you feel me? I like them or whatever. But I just feel like, what else you gonna do if you want to be hip? You gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Because once he started like doing Beach Chair and all that crap, where it was like like after the Black Album, where it's like the Kingdom Come, where he started having. On this last record he did, the Magna Carta.
Watch out now.
No, I got this on the Magna Carta record. I'm telling you,
People will hunt you down.
No, I like Jay-Z. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like on the Magna Carta record, he did something that he didn't do like when he was doing songs with Chris Martin and stuff before. He did shit where he literally was like, I think on Picasso Baby, he's talking about having a Basquiat in his kitchen in blue. Your kid, you lean on it. That's cool because that's real life. It's funny and it's witty. Right. The other stuff was when you're just rich and it's like I could picture that scene, like him and Beyonce sitting there eating breakfast and the kids leaning on the fucking $5 million post, thing, and I'm like, okay, you come to terms with. Right. That, whereas before, between the Black Album and then, there was moments, but I don't think he had come to terms with how to like. Right. Lifestyle where like your lifestyle is so beyond everyone else's lifestyle that people can't relate. So but then he got to that point where he finally like put the two together because Jay-Z is probably the best rapper there's ever been in terms of like lyric changing styles, all this stuff, and it was that period between where I was like, I just can't get into it. And I mean, there's a few songs I like Blue Magic, Rock Boys, a couple songs, but it was because I don't think he had come to terms with money. You know what I mean? Like, I got all the money, I can do whatever I want. Right. What is there? Right. I mean, what is there to rhyme about? You know what I mean? It's like I knew stuff he was rhyming about. Like he's rhyming about like he had a song called Big Spender with
Right. Yeah, I know you like that.
Yeah, with Freeway. Yeah. With Freeway's making up bullshit because he doesn't have that money, but Jay-Z really has that money. He's like, I don't buy out the bar, I buy the bar. I'm like, he's talking about the Spotted Pig. I know what you're talking. You know what I mean? Like I know that restaurant. You know what I mean? It's like I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? But that's the only time it really worked. You know what I mean? Because I don't buy out the bar, I buy the bar. Even though if you don't know, it still sounds cool. You know what I mean? But then the other stuff is like, I don't want to know about the gas mileage on your G5 or something. Because it doesn't coming to terms with it to bring it down to a level where I could picture it. Even though I'm not living it, I could picture it. I kind of got into it.
I think a lot of musicians have that problem though. Once you become super successful and you've lived a life, like how do you relate anymore? What are you writing about at that point?
I mean,
it's a road song. That's what you do. It's a road song.
No, and a lot of people write about being on tour, and a lot of people write about tour life. And you know what? Besides the worn out country singer, I think that's the only time it really works. You know what I'm saying? Like the worn out country singer talking about living the life on the road. Somehow that seems part of the mythology. Everyone else, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yet anyway. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if it's real, it's real. So.
But if it's real, but to relate to it, I'm not talking about as a relation or relating to it as a listener. You know what I'm saying?
I see. Well, hard work, anybody can relate to that. So, however you do that hard work, if you sing about it, somebody gonna be like, "Yeah, I feel you, man. I got to get up and go to work too." You know what I'm saying?
I guess it gives me the hope, at least, with what the big guys are trying in hip hop now. Like with any genre of music, you kind of stall every 15 years or 10 years, or it's what are we gonna do now?
I mean, I think it's we're at the glam rock, we're at the glam rock version of hip hop right now. We got rap guys wearing leggings, man. You can't wear that in the hood, or it's like there's something, it's gone.
Unless you can back it up.
Watch it out, man. Watch out.
You can back it up. Well, so the second time now around on Deltron, I mean, you have 3 amazingly talented guys at everything you do, and everybody kind of does their own different thing. Has it ever been an issue though where you're stepping over each other? I mean, I don't know how well you guys work together. It seems like you've got the relationship down, but
actually, not at all. Not at all. That's not even a concern. If anything, we push each other to go further. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I do something, it switches, or we talk about something, he'll do something, I'll switch it up to make it go, and then he'll do something. It's always, it's more additive than subtractive, if anything.
I think we all have fun doing it, and we got a level of respect for each other to where I don't think it just naturally works,
Yeah. Is there a level of success that's part of the game at any point in the mindset? Like, you could call you guys a super group, but it's almost like a cult super group, you know? And then there's a mainstream type of thing. Is there anything that's saying, you know what? We have all the foundation set. We could be on the top of the top 40 charts if we wanted to.
We've done that already. We've already done that. So it's, you know.
It's not even about that,
right.
though, you know what I mean? For me, it's just about making good music. And really, if a music lover feels what I'm doing, you know, because I'm still a music lover. I'm still a fan. So, like, I got that kind of attitude, you know what I mean? And just, you know, me personally, I like to keep it grimy. I like to keep it kind of gritty, you know what I mean? Because that's just where I'm from. So that's what I relate to. So if people could still like see me on the street, they could still walk up to me, talk to me, if they want some advice or something, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a young cat want to holler at me or something. You know, I was riding down the block one day, and this cat that was working in the barbershop seen me skating down the street. He came out, he was like, yo, what's up? Stopped, was like, oh, what's up? And he was cool, you know what I mean? His name was Panther, actually. He had some records, too. So he was like, man, next time you come, could let you hear something. But, like, that was just like, you know what I mean? As long as that could still happen, I'm cool, because that's what it's about to me. You know?
It's a formula for longevity, is what I see you guys on. Whereas we were talking about, you know, at the beginning of the interview, the top 40 folks, you know you're not going to hear that stuff.
No, it's true. They come and go as they come and go. There's super talented ones stay. You know what I mean? And like, there's people who make pop music that I would never listen to ever, but they make great hooks or great songs. They stay too. You know?
It's really up to the people, and that's pretty much what I'm saying. Like, if the people want you around, they gonna buy your stuff. They gonna support you. If they don't want you, there ain't nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care how well you advertise, how clean you think you are. If I say no, I'm not buying your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, Earl Sweatshirt. You know what I'm saying? I love Earl Sweatshirt. I bought his album twice. You know what I'm saying? I could have downloaded it easily, just like I downloaded anybody else's album. I waited for his album to come out. It was an event. I bought it digitally. When I was in the stores doing an autograph signing or something, I actually bought the physical copy again there just because I wanted to listen to it going home, and I was in there. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I might as well get his real album now. He got the lyrics in it. I was like, ooh, I get to read his lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like old days. But like, that's because I'm a fan of him and I wanted it, no matter if I could have downloaded it or not. So I feel like other fans are like that too.
No,
just waiting for that one that they really love, you know what I mean?
Right.
No, it's an interesting time when you have, like, you know, people have not reconciled the love of music with just the world right now, like the kids, I guess is what I'm saying, because like this whole, like, you know, party DJ thing where there's no actual like real hooks in music, especially the bass stuff. It's like it's about partying. It's not about the music and
more
music.
Lifestyle.
Music's a component of it, but the real thing is about the party and the lifestyle. But at the same time, every one of these people would feel somewhat a little weird if they walked into the local supermarket and there was no, like, you know, elevator music playing in the background. So they haven't quite reconciled it, because like I recognize immediately when I walk into like a big supermarket and nothing's playing how it's a little weird. You know what I mean? Right. And they do too, but they just haven't. You know, like, it's a party crowd, and it's actually a lifestyle party thing, which is overtaking the interest in music. Like in live acts, it's like you got pop acts. Like I know my friend was on tour with not on tour with, but like with the one of the big festivals he was doing, like Kings of Leon was on there, right? And people were like just lukewarm to Kings of Leon until they did the banger 4 on the floor,
right.
And then people were like going crazy. It's like
they're a boring band to watch too, by the way.
I haven't seen them, but I mean they have hit records. And then you would think people would like it for the music factor, and then they're waiting for the 4 on the floor to get.
Hasn't it always been that way?
No, it has not. Actually,
it hasn't, because I remember there was a time where that beat, you gotta have that crazy beat. What's that crazy beat? That 4 on the floor. 1, no, 2, the disco 3, beat. 4. It's cool, but I'm talking about before then.
But I'm talking, you can go see Prince or Michael Jackson or whatever.
I'm talking about before then, like the when the backbeat was created. You know what I'm saying? One snare.
You're not wrong about that. But at the same time, people could go see Harry Connick Jr. or PC whatever at a joint. A band who has hit #1 records could play their hit #1 record like their hit #1 record. You know what I mean? Like
right.
And now they're getting a lukewarm response response until they change it to a banger. You know what I mean? And then that's not
and especially
normal.
in the festival setting,
Right.
when you're there, not just to see one band, when you're there to live the lifestyle.
Exactly, and that's not normal.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
taking. That's
So we're in
distorted.
we're in a work in progress moments.
Yeah, without a doubt. Because,
Yeah.
like, see, the thing is, not everyone's meant to make that music. You know what I mean? That band isn't meant to make that music. That band's meant to do the record. They sell millions of records.
Like disco, before then. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was with disco. And what happened? It got to the point where I don't want to buy none of it.
Yeah.
And then the whole industry crashed until hip hop came basically and saved it. Everything, pretty much. You know,
I got what you're saying though, but
I feel
what
now it's happening with hip hop, basically.
Well, we're not even talking. I'm not even talking about hip hop. I'm talking about all music right now.
Me too, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying every time period. At that point where it's like, okay, you've overstayed.
No, we're at that point where like the some of the biggest hip hop artists are like the equivalent of like Poison and Winger or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know,
I really hope these conversations happen in the tour bus all the time too.
Yeah, they do.
We talk about stuff like this a lot. You know?
I can tell. I love this, guys. We got to wrap it up. But again, thank you guys so much for existing and being a group together and doing everything you do. I know there's a lot of projects beyond this, but Event 2 is fantastic, and it was so awesome for you guys to stick around.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
See you next time.
All right.
All right.